all need for you, baby. Give us some daddy fresh. I'll give it you. But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. That was the second time. The first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constantia, Romania.
Were taken away from them without proper documentation, proper paperwork, because they work with different prosecution and child support, whatever agency they have at that time.
So Erika just ended up in the middle of another news story, and this one has got her being very careful about everything she does. It seems her nanny called CPS on her for child neglect and abandonment. And that right there is really big trouble. That's not something Erika can just ignore or hide away. The authorities are part of this now. And that means Erika will finally have to explain her actions. And nobody's more happy than Charlie's parents right now. They had been trying to get the kids away from Erika's home for quite some time now. Why is that? Well, Charlie's parents had always thought that Erika didn't really care about her husband's best interests.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are definitively in the foxhole right now, and we are learning who Charlie Kirk's real allies are and who his real allies were.
They thought she had other reasons for being with him. Reasons that had a whole lot to do with money. And to be honest, they weren't mistaken. Now that Charlie is gone and Erika is getting all this attention, fans are getting a better look at her. Her recent interviews actually show a lot about what matters most to her. Like this one where she couldn't stop discussing women being better at handling finances than men and how it was fine for the wife to take care of the money side of things in a marriage.
You are marrying a man that is not capable of completely and totally handling the finances, that you should not marry. Finances will break a marriage quicker than anything else, period.
But what if he checks all of the boxes? He just is horrible at money.
Fine.
And you're really good at money.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
It almost looked like Erika was trying to make herself look like the powerful person, somebody who was great with money. She couldn't get herself to agree with what the host was saying, and that tells us a lot.
I mean, then all of a sudden you're talking about a reverse. I think then you're talking about very confused gender rules. Then are you going to be a stay-at-home dad? Is that basically what that is?
Okay, but then what about the women that are the ones that write the checks and do the bills? And
good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, it can work. I'm sure it has. But I see those marriages careening for divorce quicker than anything else.
But if you're still not sure about Erika being more interested in the money than the kids' well-being, well, get comfortable. Internet detectives have been looking at the numbers recently as well. And here's what they discovered. Charlie left Erika with a huge amount of money. We're talking about millions of dollars. That all probably went to Erika and the kids. However, instead of using the money on the kids, Erika's spending it for her own wants. And it's obvious. She's been appearing at events dressed in really expensive clothes. Where do you think she gets the money to make those kinds of shopping trips? And that's just the beginning. It looks like Erika is determined to grow her fortune. How's that? Well, she just got named as CEO of Turning Point USA. And instead of continuing Charlie's work, she's filling her pockets by asking regular people for donations. Some fans think she's simply taking advantage of her husband's passing.
Capitalizing off her husband's death, but you know what? The bills aren't going to pay themselves, so now Turning Point is giving you the chance to donate whatever amount you can afford, even monthly. She wants to help her make Turning Point the biggest thing that the nation has ever seen. So, Summer House clearly wasn't going to pay, y'all. Erika Kirk was on Summer House season 3, I think it was 05. Going on dates and stuff, trying to find love. But it clearly didn't end up working out. She went on a date with Jordan. She said they vibe very well with their religious beliefs, but he just wasn't the one. Now we understand why this show is happening. Come on now. For those of you who are dying to donate, just go to the Turning Point website
And that's got people everywhere angry, because when you think about all that Charlie left Erika, she doesn't need the donations.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
And she's not stopping there. Erika is apparently also selling her properties, homes that she bought with Charlie for no clear reason. It's not like she needs the money.
Did Erika Kirk already have plans set in motion? They just bought this house in Scottsdale, Arizona about a year and a half ago. They just sold it about 3 months ago. I wonder why the downsizing, Erika. I mean, it seems kind of weird for a young couple to get their dream home. Speaking of which, it looks like indoctrinating the children pays pretty well. But you pay $4 million for a home to raise your 2 young children, and then you sell it under a year later for no reason whatsoever? You know, unless you were looking to downsize. Or maybe needed money. Were the Kirks overextended? And mind you, this is the same woman that came out with a fundraiser that same weekend asking for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
But why should anyone worry about Erika going after money? Well, it's because she's so focused on the green bills that the kids are being left alone and ignored. It's exactly what the nanny talked about with the authorities. According to reports, she's supposedly concerned about Erika's priorities. In her eyes, if this keeps going, the kids might suffer a lot in the end. And as wild as it sounds, it's not completely hard to believe, because Erika isn't exactly known for being kind to kids. Yes, she did run an orphanage in Romania.
I believe that we all have angels in our lives, and these are my little angels from Antonio Placement Center in Constanța, Romania. Our goal with the Romanian Angels Project was to show these children the true American heart during the holiday season.
But that orphanage did more damage than good. According to the testimony of one victim, families were paid money and kids were taken away from their homes, moved to different places across the globe.
So they just lied to them, and the kids they were taking away from them without proper documentation, proper paperwork, because they work with different prosecutor and child support, whatever agency they have at that time, and they were paid. So they see like 86,000 kids from Romania, and they send it to UK, Israel, and I don't know, it's other countries all over the world.
And honestly, in a lot of people's opinions, there's no way someone who's capable of breaking up families like that could treat their own kids right. In fact, some fans want the authorities to get involved based on that alone. It's why Charlie's parents were worried as well. To be fair, they have been suspicious from the very beginning, because the way Charlie and Erika got together wasn't exactly like a romantic comedy movie. Instead, Charlie's parents felt like it was planned.
Nothing is a coincidence. Hold on to that thought. Did you know that Charlie Kirk's father, Robert W. Kirk, was actually the architect for Trump Towers? Also, did you know that Erika Lane Kirk won Miss Arizona USA in 2012? Don't forget, Donald Trump ran Miss America from 1986 until 2015. Seeing the correlation here? Now, I'm not saying the age difference is a big thing, but did you know Erika was 5 years Charlie Sr.?
And if you feel like fans may be reaching too far with connecting the dots, well, you might want to sit down, because during one of her recent interviews, Erika accidentally made a mistake and revealed the truth about how she and Charlie met.
But just know that nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband. That was the second time. The first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line. And I remember looking behind me. And in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, this guy looked so familiar. And as a typical mother, she said, go and say hi. No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person with a, that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence.
The fact that Erika said that nothing happens by coincidence was all that Charlie's parents and fans needed to hear. But for those of you who need more proof, well, internet detectives have been watching old videos of Charlie and Erika, and they noticed that Erika doesn't look like she's all that in love with her husband. Instead, in almost every video, it almost seems like she's playing a part or acting. And if that's how Erika felt about Charlie, it's pretty clear how she would feel about the kids. Fans are all about removing her from the picture. One person wrote, "Yes, Erika is a bad mom and a bad person. Justice for Charlie." Meanwhile, another person wrote, "That woman did not love Charlie at all, motivated by money, power, and fame. She is a modern-day Isabella, the she-wolf of France traitor." And so, between Erika's messed up priorities and her shady history with Charlie, it's clear why the nanny would sound the alarm bells. Unfortunately, this might be the final nail in the coffin for Erika. Her image is falling apart fast. The question now isn't whether Erika will face consequences. It's how far this situation will go before the full story finally comes out.